That means you're going to be running in a primary against your old colleague, Lacy Clay. Now, a lot of Democrats don't like that. They say racially divisive and really nasty. What do you say to people who say as long as Clay's there, you shouldn't do this?
Well, here's the deal. You should ask Congressman Clay why he supported the Republican map that merged the core base of my district in with his. Why he supported a map that diminishes the clout of the St. Louis region to give it only 2 districts instead of 3, and why he supported a map that diminishes the representation of members, Democratic members of Congress, to have only 2 seats instead of at least 3.
Why do you think he did that?
That's really a question for Congressman Clay.
Why do you think he did that?
Again, you're going to have to ask Congressman Clay that.
You're implying that he did that to strengthen his position and weaken yours? Is that what you think?
You're going to have to ask Congressman Clay that. I believe.
All right. Well,
I believe that shortchanges the St. Louis region, that diminishes our clout and divides our state in ways that don't make any practical sense.
Alderman Antonio French this morning tweeted that this is a bad decision, and in his words, Congressman Carnahan is only thinking about himself, that this will be racially divisive and we don't need this. How would you respond to that?
I'd say just look at the facts. I've been the one that has led the fight to keep 3 whole districts in the St. Louis region. So I think that's not accurate.
Congressman Clay,
In his opinion, this is not the old 1st Congressional District. This is a merged district that includes the entire city of St. Louis and central and north St. Louis County. I don't think primaries are necessarily bad things. They can be a very healthy debate for our party and a very healthy debate for our region and our state. I've been through crazy primaries before. As you all may remember, I had a 10-way primary back in 2004. So I'm not really worried about primaries. I think they can be healthy.
What do you say about argumentations that a divisive primary could hurt turnout in November for President Obama?
Well, we're going to see. First, I don't agree with that. Again, I think activating people in our region. Just take the example of the primary between President Obama and Hillary Clinton 4 years ago. That energized our party and organized our party. So we're also going to have this case. This is happening, not just in congressional districts, but state senate maps and state rep maps. And chaos seems to be the new normal in our state politics today. But I think you're going to see a lot of candidates, a lot of primaries in both political parties. And I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. That can be a healthy debate that can energize and organize the party early on to actually make it stronger for a general election.
Congressman, how would you position yourself against Clay if you had to convince people to switch and vote for you?
Well, I'm not going to get into a lot of detail on that today, but I'll just say, you can look at the way I've run my campaigns in the past. I'm going to talk about my accomplishments, my ideas, and organize the grassroots. I live in one of the most diverse areas of the city. And part of what any candidate needs to do and this is going to be one of the most diverse districts in the state. And it's important to really be inclusive, to really be sure that you're getting all the grassroots organizations and people to the table so that we have the strongest voice to go on the field for the party.
Congressman, you know the politics of this area. You know how racially divisive it can be. It seems to a lot of observers that this is just setting up a really nasty campaign. One of whose major subtexts is going to be race. The white guy running against the black guy. How does one diffuse that, or can you, given the makeup of that district and given politics in St. Louis?
Again, you can look at my record of being inclusive, and I think what some of the best leaders in our community today are doing to really bridge those old kind of divides. And I think that's incumbent on all of us to do that. Again, to be clear, I'm the one that fought against this map. I believe the map is unconstitutional. I believe we should have at least 3 whole districts in the St. Louis region. You'll have to ask Congressman Clay why he supported the map as it is.
Are you worried that for the next 10 years, even if you win this, you're just going to get primaried by an African-American candidate every year until you lose?
Again, my record and my accomplishments will stand on their own. And, in politics, you take one race at a time. So we're focused on the race at hand right now is based on the districts we have today, and they may or may not be in place in the days ahead.
And you've never considered relocating by a couple of miles from even the 2nd district to run against Ann Ryder, because some Democrats have said this indecision comes from them in the 2nd district as well.
Well, again, I have made it clear I was running for re-election. No matter how the lines turned out, the core base of my district in Central and South St. Louis has been merged into this new district that includes the entire city in Central and North St. Louis County. This is the area where I live and where I'm committed to continue to serve. Again, I'm the one that fought to try to keep 3 whole districts in the St. Louis region, and I'm going to continue that fight and leave no stone unturned until we get that done.
The National Journal yesterday rated Clay as the most liberal congressman, and I think you were 139th. Is there some meat on the bone there for you? Are you going to say he's too liberal and I'm more moderate? Or what are some of the distinctions that you'll play on?
Again, it's too early to get into that right now. And
you must be thinking about it, though.
I think I will certainly be talking about my record and my ideas in the days ahead. And as we get through some of this uncertainty with the districts, I've been really clear throughout what I'm doing and what I believe is important, and I want to continue that. So there's no uncertainty on my part in terms of what I'm doing. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.